From Careco TV, one of the longest running outdoor programs on television today. Exploring the country and the coast in search of adventures. From the mountains of the great Northwest to the shores of the Atlantic Ocean. This is Americana Outdoors, presented by Garmin. This week on Americana Outdoors, we're meeting up with Wade Middleton and multi-tournament pro Mike Hawks on Choke Canyon Reservoir, where they're taking a look at how this legendary body of water has recently been on the road to recovery after enduring an extended period of suffering low water levels.
If I look back at when I first started my South Texas living, so to speak, when I moved down here, I was enamored by these lakes. They were legendary, big fish producers, Amstead, Falcon, Choke Canyon, and started fishing team tournaments. And there's, certain teams, just like there are anywhere in the United States, that dominated. And Mike Hawks and his partners were, a dominant force. They just crushed you, made you like it. But I was able to strike up a friendship with Mike, and I began to learn a lot about these lakes. And he was really instrumental in teaching me how a lot of these lakes ebb and flow.
These South Texas lakes can be the best in the world, or they can be some of the worst in the world. They go through cycles depending on our rainfall and our water levels. And Choke Canyon is kind of an anomaly because we had 20-something inches of rain a year ago, August, and the lake caught 18 feet of water. So now it's like a new lake. Right now, it's got the new lake syndrome. And these lakes go through this cycle about every 10 years. A hurricane comes, or we have a big rain event, and they fill up, or they catch 20, 30 feet of water, and then they slowly start working their way back down. And when they fill up, there's lots of cover, the fish spawn, and then we have a big population of fish for the next few years. And as the water starts dropping down out of the cover, they get easier to catch. There's one.
Fish on. All in the way.
Not very big, but
He's a bite.
it's a bite.
That is a good.
Pretty good on the north wind.
Yeah.
Probably a male sitting up there, guarding a bed.
Not gonna complain about a bite.
No, don't complain about a bite.
You can get one on a day like today.
Oh, that speed worm won't work in this shallow
Well, that's kind of what I thought, but maybe I outthought him.
There's another one.
Another one, I better change up.
Maybe you better throw a spinnerbait.
Maybe better throw a spinnerbait. Maybe I did outthink him.
Yeah.
Get in there. Boy, they're healthy looking when they're
Well, they are nice and fat, and the average size is 2 to 3 pounds. You're not going to catch a bunch of 4 and 5 pounders, but I've caught an 8, some 6s, 5s. It's not bad. It's a lot of fun to get bites like that. And they're so healthy, they pull so hard.
Spinnerbait, my gosh, they've been around forever. You've got a mix of blades, mix of color combinations, and different weights when you can throw them. I mean, it's a standard in anybody's tackle box. You're always gonna wanna have spinnerbaits in your box. If you'll notice, when we're fishing a spinnerbait, we're imparting a lot of action on that bait by twitching that rod, by pausing that reel, by bumping it, by shaking it. You're causing that skirt to pulse. You're causing those blades to kick and react in different areas. And sometimes it can be as simple as a pause. Sometimes it can be as simple as speeding it up to get a reaction strike.
There
he is. You're throwing a bigger spinnerbait.
There's one right there. Well, you kind of get on the wad of them sometimes.
Yeah.
Looky there. See, they're all about this size. This is all the same fish. Just let us drift up in there. I want to fish that tree too.
Just neat to see the body size and style of these fish right now.
They're real blocky all the way back to where the tail starts. I mean, they're not those long skinny rails like you see in a lot of
These are
lakes.
younger fish.
These are younger. These are very young fish.
Yeah, these fish here can be 4 to 5 pounds here in the next couple of years.
Yes, and they will be too. They'll grow. In 2 years, they'll be 4 pounders.
Yeah.
And those are probably a year and a half old or so. They're young and dumb. That's what I like about them.
I like the dumb part.
I like the dumb part, but
And it's basically the key of South Texas. You get a new lake every time you get a big flood.
That's exactly right. We're very fortunate that we have 3 pretty big ones, you know, in the same general area. You know, to us, 200 or 300 miles is not that big a deal.
Got him. Got him.
Got him?
There's a better one. Nope, same size, just mean.
Oh, that's a chunky one.
Like I said, they're just so mean out here right now. And they're new and they're young and they're healthy, like we were 20 years ago.
Yeah, reminds me a lot of me a long time ago.
Oh, fat sucker. Well, he knocked 5 feet of slack in the line when he bit it.
Oh, there's no doubt when they grab it.
Stick around. We'll be right back with Wade and Mike as they continue fishing this recently revamped reservoir.
We know if you found one crappie, you may have found 1,000. We know the joy of getting your boots back in the mud. We know the journey can be more rewarding than the destination. We know the great outdoors. We love the great outdoors. Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's. Stop by today for huge savings on the gear you need and the brands you trust. Plus free 2-day shipping at basspro.com and cabela's.com.
What are them sons of fishes up to now?
Fellas, I give you the force trolling motor. It is the most powerful, the most efficient on the water.
Yep. Most powerful. We're really in trouble now.
And it's quiet, too. You can't swim here.
What a dumb bass.
Americana Outdoors, presented by Garmin, is brought to you by Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's. Your adventure starts here. Garmin, fight your fish, not your fish finder. Ranger Boats, still building legends one at a time. Welcome back to Americana Outdoors. Now, after a cold and windy start, the guys have moved to the other side of the lake in search of more fishing opportunities. With a change of scenery and calmer winds, this calls for a shift in presentation styles.
Presentation's always different.
Always different. Just because you caught them yesterday, and you look at those tournament standings, and you watch those guys at the top the first day.
Yes.
You know, we've all been there. Next day, bagel.
I think I'm fixing to have to throw down the middle.
Yeah. Well, I'm going kind of on the edge.
Get out of your way here.
See how much darker they are over here on this side of the lake?
Yeah, this water's gorgeous.
This water's beautiful, isn't it? Mm-mm.
There's a reason why there's so many rod tubes in your bass boat. It is because you need to have a lot of rods because there's that many different presentations it may produce for you at any given time. And you can't, I feel, get stuck in the mindset of we're gonna catch them on a spinnerbait today or we're gonna catch them dragging a worm. Yep, you can probably always catch one on either one of those techniques, but you need to be able to fish what's in front of you at any given time based on the conditions, because you may fish down a bank and throw a spinnerbait at a bush and catch a fish, and you may come back by that same bush 4 hours later and need to fish a weightless bait in there that just sits there to get a bite.
Oh, there he is. Were you letting it sit?
Yeah, let it sit that time.
Just like we were talking about? Yeah. Oh, nice one.
I'll let him sit a little more.
Yeah. I think we need to start letting them sit a lot more.
A little more. And get it in the hole, right?
Yeah, that's right.
I was just sitting there thinking, before you mentioned it, then I was sitting there thinking it. I'm overfishing it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's how
we
it goes.
overfish everything.
Yeah, we overthink too.
Overthink and overfish. That's exactly right. Now the wind's quit, and I want the wind to blow so I can throw something moving.
It's almost like right now, if you get it in front of one, just making a simple, basic decision and not doing the wrong thing, you're going to catch it.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Throw spinnerbait when it's out there in that windy country.
Yep.
Throw the swim jig when
it's a little flatter.
a little flatter.
Then you get back here in this,
A little swim bait.
A little swim bait, fluke. You just got to match the conditions to what you're doing, you know.
That's why we need to buy more fishing rods.
Exactly. That's what I tell everybody.
More baits.
More baits. That's why I've got 7,000 of them in my barn. Need them, just in case.
Being able to understand fish movements, I think, is another big key. And God, there's so many resources in today's world, you know, from streaming videos online to the print magazines to the fishing shows, to understand how people dissect what fish movements are. And by that, I mean, in the springtime, they're coming out of their wintertime haunts. As the water warms up, they want to go shallow to make babies and spawn. And then as the weather changes on a daily and sometimes hourly basis, they may move back up 5 feet. They can come back and forth several times in that entire spawning process, and you just got to kind of dissect it by that day, what's going on, and hopefully you can intersect the fish.
There's one. Boy, sure is. It seems like in this calm water we got to cast a long way to get the bite. Every bite has come out there. Nothing's coming around here.
No. A little spooky.
Yeah, I'm sure they are. It's dead calm now. A lot different than the snow.
Yeah. That front was coming through. It rained all night.
Yeah.
I think that's the smallest fish we caught.
I believe, maybe.
But you know what? He's a bite.
He counts.
We like him.
He still counts. There's one. Oh, Lord.
This just looks perfect.
Yeah.
The future is bright.
The future is very bright for this lake. Sure.
Just get a little rain.
All the same size again.
Yep. Big.
He followed it, he got right on it.
Well, 3 or 4 pounder, but I sure thought it was bigger than that. Yeah. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that. God, I saw that wake.
You saw the wake. Yeah, I was looking over here. I was looking for the next cast.
Yeah, I saw that wake up on him. And
yeah, that's a little bit better than what we've been catching anyway. It's a nice one.
It's perfect fishing conditions back here, though.
It is, isn't it? Beautiful. There's 50 more of them out there laying there just thinking, hope he doesn't throw by me. So I don't have to go over there and do that.
Coming up, Wade and Mike take yet another look at switching up their fishing approach to account for the changing weather. Stay tuned.
Groundbreaking designs, unsurpassed quality, and unshakable confidence. Welcome to the Ranger Z500 and Z100 series. Leading the industry for over 50 years, these rigs are custom crafted and loaded with more features and advantages to deliver the ultimate ownership experience. The legendary Ranger Z series. Unleash next level performance.
Yamaha Outboards. Reliability starts here.
At the pinnacle of super high output, 4-stroke outboard performance, you'll find Yamaha VMAX SHO. Yamaha's game-changing SHO technology. From exhilarating V6 models to the sleek inline 4s, there's a VMAX SHO for everything from bass to bonefish. It's an extended family of 4-strokes engineered for lightweight, inspiring performance, and rock-solid reliability. Discover VMAX SHO and elevate your expectations.
Probably one of the #1 questions I get, what line do I use?
That's a big debate. For every tour out there, everybody's debating which line.
I choose the simple side. My choice of line is Sunline. One of my favorite lines to use is Sunline.
How all can you use it? Anywhere you want to. Anywhere there's water and bass, it's good. Walleye, catfish, trout, speckled trout, sharks.
There we go.
I don't say this unless I think it's true, but honestly, it's the best in the market.
Americana Outdoors, presented by Garmin, is brought to you by Yamaha Marine. Reliability starts here. Spro, sports professionals. Sunline, the strength to guarantee your confidence. Sawyer Products. Sawyer, we keep you outdoors. Welcome back to Americana Outdoors. Well, as the weather conditions change, the guys have once again altered their strategy to keep up with the spawning patterns of these largemouth bass.
So in the morning, you know, gosh, you get here and the wind's blowing 10, 15, and it's blowing in on some banks and some hard spots, and you would think you want to throw moving baits. So that's what we started with, just, you know, winding spinner baits and bladed swim jigs. As you go through the entire day, the weather totally changed. You know, it was windy and cold and very cloudy when we started, and then by the time that, you know, we're wrapping up right now, the sun had begun to come out, temperatures had warmed up, and there was no wind. So our presentations went from winding and twitching baits and really fishing very aggressively and fast to slowing down, almost weightless to weightless, and letting a bait sit there. There you go.
Got him? Oh, giant bass, Wade.
Hey, every bite counts.
Every
right?
bite counts, that's right.
Oh man, didn't catch up to him.
Mm-hmm.
He came out of the middle in that little short grass.
Yeah.
You hooked good twice. Why can't you be a giant? It's so typical of a lot of winter days, the afternoon is better than the morning.
Yes.
Did we just get around them?
Or you just get around them. Well, I don't know. We moved, so came to the other side of the lake where the wind didn't.
Hadn't torn the water up.
Torn the water up as bad, yeah. Fish. Yeah.
A little better one there.
Yeah, he was on that tree right there.
A single tree. Oh yeah, good one, Mike. Get out of the way.
Let's see.
Heck yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, about time, huh? You know, when it gets slick like this, you got to resort to this, you know, something dead stick to get them to bite you. They won't hit the moving bait anymore, you know. Now, sometimes when it's real warm, if it was on a warming trend, you could probably still catch some on something moving like a frog or a skinny dipper or something, but not with the front we had come in. Go back and tell your friends, buddy. Doing what we did, when we did it, was just based on years of experience. You know, you can't go throw a spinnerbait on that lake right now and expect to do very good. I mean, you can look out there and see how it's just slick and there's bright sunshine, and they're gonna spook from you. And the fish were very spooky. We had to make long casts when it got slick like that to get a bite. Basically, it's just years of experience and just intuition. You don't even think about it, you just do it. You know, when you're fishing along with a spinnerbait and it's got a good ripple on the water, and then you go around a point and it's not quite so much ripple, you pick up a swim jig and you throw that a little while. We caught some on that today. And then when it gets really calm, you pick up a skinny dipper, you know, or a fluke or a Cinco type bait, and you use that. I mean, just, you gotta take what the lake gives you. Oh, there's one.
Jumper.
Not much of one. Yeah, he was right that hardwood right there. And he run off with it.
Starting to come up, aren't they?
Yeah, I think they are, yeah. I think the lack of wind and the little bit of sun breaking through is helping us for that. I'm gonna get some pliers.
There's another one. Same tree.
Same tree, yeah. He's a little keeper anyway, he wasn't much.
Same tree. Might be a magic tree.
Same size, yeah. Magic tree. How many times do you think we go by trees, we catch one and keep going, and there's 50 of them hanging on?
Oh, just living there.
Yeah.
We make our own mistakes.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Usually fishing too fast.
Absolutely. As I throw to the tree on the other side.
On the other side, right? Don't throw back where you just caught one. Yeah, we wouldn't want to catch another one like that.
Coming up, time is winding down, and Wade and Mike are determined to get a few more fish in the boat before calling it a day.
When you spray on a layer of Sawyer's permethrin insect repellent, you've just sprayed on adventure. Sawyer, we keep you outdoors.
You know that guy that's always bringing in big ones from offshore? He's got secret lures.
That guy that can pull out his spinning rod and start catching them when you can't buy a bite. He's got secret lures. What about that guy that can follow you down the bank and catch what you left behind? He's got secret lures.
Oh, yeah, good one.
If you're ready to be that guy, get your secret lures today at secretlures.com. Americana Outdoors, presented by Garmin, is brought to you by Big Bite Baits, designed to bring the big bite to your line. ENGEL, the original high-performance cooler. Yamaha's proven off-road ATVs and side-by-side vehicles. Welcome back to Americana Outdoors. So far today, we've accompanied these two longtime friends as they've navigated the waters of Choke Canyon Reservoir and predicted the behaviors of largemouth bass with ease. As their day winds down, they reflect on their friendship and how encouraging it is to witness Choke Canyon returning to its former glory.
Fishing is supposed to be fun all the time, and fishing with your friends and people that work in the industry is fun for me. And Mike is a guy that that I've known really, I guess it's around 1990, 91, somewhere in that area there, and really I've spent time with him, deer hunting, spent time with him, bass fishing, learned a lot with him, and it's just a fun day on the water.
Not bad.
Not a bad one. Heck yeah.
Come on, bass.
Mean.
Yeah.
That's the first one we caught close to the boat in a long time.
Yeah, he wasn't very far.
Yeah. Well, he had it down there too, he ate it.
Yeah, he likes it. He just hooked in the top of the mouth. See, that was the first cast with the new fluke. The other fluke wasn't working right anymore.
He's broken.
It was.
Yeah, he wore it out. You done caught about 40 on it. Or it seemed like it.
It seemed like. I bet you could go along here till dark and catch them every 10 minutes.
Yeah, and just keep working the same stretch.
Yep. There's hundreds of them down there, gotta be. Maybe I'll pick it back up. Yep. Well, you did.
A little better one?
Yeah, he's not bad.
Good day of fishing down here, sir. It's good to see this lake come back.
Yeah, it is. I never thought I'd see it till you did.
Yeah, I was worried.
When it got down like it was a few years ago, and it was so bad, I thought, man, it's gonna end up like Lake Mathis. And I don't think, you've been to Mathis, I haven't lately. So.
Well, I mean, and it's not a fishery like this.
Right.
It's, this is just more fertile.
This grass will ever get down to Mathis.
I don't understand why it hasn't got down. Now, on the upper end of Mathis, I've heard there's grass. That's why I tried to get up there, where the river comes in.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
I think anywhere out in this big opening right here where this drain drops off into this creek channel, you have a good chance to catch one. Well, he's not as small as the other ones.
That'd be one you can end on.
That'd be perfect. I like to catch one of the last cast anyway.
Make you feel good.
Now, if he gets off, we're staying another hour.
We're staying another hour till you catch one?
Yeah.
Donkey.
Mm-hmm. Just right. Thank you.
That's fun.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, been too long.
Yep.
It's been too long.
It has been.
We get too busy.
I enjoyed the heck out of this.
We get too busy.
Yep. Wade and I go back a long time. I can remember the first TV show we did together down at Falcon Lake. It was a springtime show, and we'd only known each other from fishing team tournaments a little bit against each other, and we got to be friends. And we forged a great friendship over the years. We've hunted and fished together all over the country, and I really enjoyed that. And I haven't gotten to fish with Wade probably in at least 10 years. Today was like a homecoming for me, because I got to go back and do what we used to do a long time ago, and hang out with the people that I used to enjoy hanging out with.
I've got a lot of fond memories of Choke Canyon. I remember my very first aluminum boat coming down here, catching a bass on a sassy shad on the dam. And it's just a lake that I've got a lot of history, a lot of passion, and a lot of enjoyment on. And coming down here with Mike and fishing with him today, it's an educational process as always, but also brings back a lot of good memories, because as we fished through the lake, it's just good to be able to go back to bodies of water that have been on a down cycle, see them in an up cycle, spend that time on the water with a good friend, and catching bass.
Hey, thank you for watching, and join us next week on a new episode of Americana Outdoors. Americana Outdoors is a Careco TV production.
I got my power pole down, stuck in the mud in the bottom of the lake, sitting so still in the wind and the waves, could even be a hurricane. I got my power pole down.
You know, when I look at the tournaments I've won, probably 4 or 5 of the boats that I've won have been on a tube. But I've completely gotten away from flipping a tube because nobody made one soft enough.
Big Bite has come with this new tour series of baits. The thing that's probably the most unique is when you look at that bait, the salt just rolls out of it. And to me, that is the reason a fish bites a tube and hangs on to it. This isn't one of those let's go out and catch some smallmouth tube. This is a let's get it done tube.
For precise prescription eyewear, Wiley X knows there's no room for error. We meticulously craft our own prescription lenses to fit our high-wrap frames. And our ANSI safety-rated lenses are tested to uncompromising standards. Nothing but precise. Because precision is everything.
We demand a lot from the products that we use on our adventures around the world. When it comes to keeping things seriously cold, we rely on ENGEL coolers, who have for over 50 years kept things cold. ENGEL coolers, the original high-performance cooler.